Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com, and let's see what. Oh yeah, this is Chinese New Year. It's February 2nd or February 1st, 2022, and starting off Chinese New Year very good. Low was 42 degrees. And the problem is, since it was a nice warm evening, our high is going to be about noon, and then it starts getting down, and then we're going to be below zero the next few days. And the next few days is when I'm going to be in Miami, and even there is going to be about 70, so it won't be burning hot. But it'll be plenty warm compared to here. So I'm all excited about that. Wow. And I say, I've been resting well. Matter of fact, I've been getting too much rest. I've been thinking and planning on taking off once it starts warming up. I'd say my first trip will be down to Tulsa, motorcycle trip with Rex. And I've been thinking and looking at Sturgis, South Dakota. Normally, I don't go to those things, but now I'm old. I don't have nothing else better to do, so now I'm getting hard up for things to do. It was funny. I was close to Sturgis. Oh, God, it must have been 12 years ago. And I was on the motorcycle with Xena at that time. And everybody was freaking out with the dog. And then they saw the Guatemala license tags on the motorcycle. So it was interesting. But I never got to Sturgis. I saw everybody going there, and I said, I don't want to go to that place. But like I say, now I guess I'm old, and so now things like that are a little more appetizing, I guess. Not really even that, but it does give me an excuse to go someplace. And it was funny, my cousin. I was told him, well, I want to go up there for probably about a month and a half, maybe 2 months. And he says, that's not a vacation. And I said, hey, I don't do vacations. I've always take my trips a month or two at a time. And but one thing I've noticed, it's going to be tough. Everything's a little tougher now. I think it's because I'm older. And one of the things I really dread, and I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, and that's going to be camping. I've been trying to make excuses why I'm not going to camp, but I'm not a rich guy, so I can't afford motels all the time. But so I'm trying to mentally get myself ready. And my cousin it's funny. Okay, he's like most people. He's got his house. He's been staying there and stays there, and you don't do anything different. I mean, he runs to Kansas City for work and stuff like that. And but I mean, he's got a repetitive life. And it was funny because he'll talk about the vacations he goes on, and they're a week. And so he'll go for a week vacation. And he doesn't understand, when you're taking a road trip, you're really traveling, especially when you're going out of the country. When you go months and years at a time, it's nothing like taking a vacation. And so it's funny because he gives me a hard time that I'm thinking all the time. He says, you're all the time you're thinking about the most little insignificant things. Well, that's because there's always a convenience store somewhere, wherever he is. There's always a McDonald's somewhere. You know, there's always hotels. There's always everything you need is around him. And he doesn't understand what it's like, other than a vacation, to live in a situation of uncertainty about everything. I mean, it could be a cyclone coming in, a hurricane, it could be all kinds of weird things that I'm going to have to deal with. And these are the things that he just doesn't understand. He's the same. He's the cousin that had the convenience store that I shot the guy in here in Topeka, and so he's trying to catch up with me in the way of my thinking. He doesn't understand why I think out so much stuff. I mean, which knife do I have makes a difference. Every aspect of life, I have to have it figured out. And in camping, now we're just adding more to all the other aspects I have to think about. And I'm on a motorcycle, so how am I going to put all this stuff on the motorcycle? When we come back from Miami, I'll be working more and more on loading up the motorcycle, and trying to get it all ready to go. And then again, you got to remember, I only got 100 miles to a tank of gas, so I can't go that far. I need gas, and I understand here in the United States, there's very few places that you can go that the gas stations are more than 100 miles apart. I understand that. The problem is when you hit, if it's 50 miles apart, you didn't stop at that last gas station, then you might not make it to the next gas station. So if they're spaced out, even 50 miles apart, man, you are pushing it. And so I'm going to have to figure, how am I going to handle all this stuff? And then with Rex, traveling with Rex. And we've been working on Rex. So she's been learning. See, now she stays more close to me all the time. She's learning more and more that we're in this together. We have to stay together. And so there's things that we're working on all the time. And because it's not a repetitive life like my cousin has, there's a lot more thinking you have to do. There's a lot more you have to be prepared for things that you don't have the stuff to handle it. So how are you going to handle these situations? And like I say, to me, every situation that I know of anyway has happened to me. I'm sure there's other things that hasn't happened to me yet, but I have to be prepared to handle any situation that comes on. And like I say, it takes a lot of thinking, a lot of preparing, and that's why I push preparing. You have to prepare. If you're not prepared, then you're going to have a problem. When problems happen, it will be a problem if you're not prepared. But anyway, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com.